Hello and welcome to the second race of the weekend from Spa in the Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sport. Here I'm about to start my qualifying lap for this race. Each race in the Nations Cup has its own qualifying, unlike the daily battles. So, can I improve on yesterday's 2:04.7 as round the first corner and head down towards Eau Rouge? Managed to find myself a little bit of space in the out lap, so hopefully I won't come across anything that hinders me while trying to get my best time. Down the hill to Rivage. We'll kept it tidy, better braking and better line through that corner than previous qualifying. He's gone off there. Didn't even see him until it was too late to do anything about. Straight through his greyed out car. But that didn't hamper me in the slightest. Nicely round through Rouen. There's a car ahead of me, but he is also nice at his time. Maybe I'll even get a little toe up the back straight. Round the bottom of the track, through Curve Paul Fret. Heading up to Blanchemont in the final few corners. See if I've improved in my previous time from race 1. Into the bus stop. You see I've really gained on him. Hopefully he'll stay out my way so I can cross the line. Find a bit of a toe out the corner, and 2:03.0. That's only 1/10 off my fastest lap of the race in race 1. Let's see where that puts me for the race today. Hello and welcome to the race. If you've just joined us with new YouTube chapters and skipped the qualifying, I had a qualifying time of 2 minutes and 3.0 seconds. That put me in 3rd place. Fortunately, I didn't manage to save the actual game footage, just the replay. So there'll be no editing with the videos today. Now then, as you can see there, I am down in 3rd place behind Greg Killer in pole position. This time, being so further up the grid, I won't have to negotiate the bus stop. I can just get on with putting my foot to the floor. And here we go. And we are going to get around the first corner safely. Yes. I've gained a place there. Yes. Gained a place there in the first corner, dropping down the hill to Eau Rouge. And 2nd. So if you didn't catch yesterday's race, there will be a link at the end for that. Started in 11th. Nope, I beg your pardon. I started in 9th in the previous race. Crossed the line in 4th place, but because of tyre irregularities, I actually got demoted to 11th. Now that I know the rules on the tyres, where we have to use all 3 compounds, then I will take that as to notice and make sure I have 2 pit stops, changing for different tyres during the race. I've started on softs. I actually meant to start on the hard tyre and get rid of them after the first lap. But I thought to change it pre-race, so I've started on the softs that I used in qualifying. So we'll see how the race pans out. Already me and Greg Killer have pulled out a little lead over the rest of the field. As I found out yesterday, 16 laps and over half an hour of racing. Concentration levels wane and fade a little bit if you're not careful, and anything can happen in the next 16 laps. Although here we are, finishing the first lap safely with a fair gap down to third. And a nice opening lap. Hopefully I will have a few less incidents than I had yesterday, where I had a few big offs in lap 10. But with my inexperience, this was only the second time I've raced in the Group 1 cars, so my inexperience may show through, but we'll see how it goes. The fastest sector there, first sector in lap 2. Now these purple sectors, they might be the fastest time of the race up to that point, but even by the time everyone's come through at that sector on lap 2, that may not stand. The purple sectors I had in race 1, when I checked the timing points for a little video I put out there on my theoretical fastest lap, when I checked those timings of each lap, not one of my purple sectors had actually held up by the end of the lap or the race. But even having them in the first place is an indication that I'm doing okay. We just have another one there, and coming up towards the end of lap 2, still in second. So far so good. Oh, and even pushing for first there into the bus stop. Not quite made it, and that's allowed third place to catch up. Slightly faster lap that time. Still in second after that. Chance of improvement in position at the end of the lap. So I'm still hanging in with first place, waiting to pounce on any mistake he might make, but he's keeping it just as clean as I am so far. The fastest sector there, and I'm right with him going through these corners. Down to Rivage, top 3 all in the same section of track. With a nice line through there. I'm quite excited at being far up the field on the grid in third place. I managed to hold on for a podium finish in this race. I will be exceedingly happy. And Greg Killer went a little wide there. Came off the track, put me up to first, but then I went a little wide. And now I'm back down to third. Oh, all over the curb edge there as well. Oh, really pushing it. The only person that didn't make a mistake in there was the guy that came through to take first. This Greg Killer now had another little mistake, and now I'm up into second. So the lead has changed, but my second place has not. Still, it shows promise, it shows some hope. Oh, and Gret Killer has pitted in the back there and there. What tyres is he putting on? Can't quite see his graphic, and unfortunately doing this voiceover with my software, it's got a great big box over that corner of the video screen while I'm commentating. Never mind. Second. It looks like Gret Killer managed to hold on to third. His pit stop. Must have been a big enough gap back to fourth. Hold on to the position, which in itself is a good sign for when it's my turn. Currently halfway around lap 4. With my best lap so far being the second lap we had. Which we found out yesterday, a lap time reduces by about 8 seconds in your in lap and out lap. It's a pit stop is about an 8-second roughly loss in time to call through the pits. We'll probably be more if we're putting some fuel in, but again we found out yesterday that the fuel lasts the race no problem. So just to stop for tyres. And we lose about 8 seconds during the pit stop. So that's the kind of window we need. Although I will probably aim to stop around end of lap 6 or 7. I have to put on medium. Oh, and there's my fastest lap of the race so far, and it's actually the fastest lap of the race so far, 2:01.499. Well, that's a second and a half quicker than my fastest lap yesterday, and a second and a half quicker than my qualifying time. And now I'm right behind the leader as we go through a rouge. Oh, that was excellent. Yeah, pretty good that. So hope I can keep some consistency in my lap times. I had one major disaster in a lap, in yesterday's lap 10. A few of the little offs around the race. And my lap times were a little bit up and down. But if I can be more consistent with my lap times and keep my concentration higher, then I will hope to do better. Obviously I've had a race experience now, so I'm a bit more okay with what to expect. But let's see if that experience shows through, as I'm still hanging in with the current leader. Am I any faster on this lap? Find out round this corner as we cross over the next timing point at the end of sector 2. Now I'm slightly down, but still keeping some good pace. There's actually nobody in the same video shot at the moment, just the two of us. Whether Gret Killer's catching us or not I can't tell, but he's far enough behind, that I have a decent window when I do pit. So, end of lap 5, another good lap time. Still second. Oh, and right up behind the leader again. They're going into the source. Ooh. I hope you're enjoying this battle as we come down to a rouge. Nothing to separate us. Haven't had a penalty so far in this race for any track limit violations. So a cleaner race as well as a faster race so far. I obviously didn't keep it quite so flat through a rouge as the leader has done, as he pulled away down the straight. but that's okay. Keep it. Oh, ran wide there. Oh, clipped the wall. Managed to escape with that one without too much time lost. A few tenths there, no doubt lost there. Could have been worse. Just spun me around like he did yesterday. Calm down. Calm down. It's actually cost me more than a few tenths. Cost me a couple of seconds. I need to just settle down a bit. Stop over driving. Keep the lines clean where I can. It's actually given the leader a bit of a distance. Oh, here we go, coming into the pits at the end of lap 6. Where am I going to come out? I'm guessing now that Greg Killer will leapfrog me due to my mistake earlier in that lap. Am I going to hold on to... Nope, dropping a few places down there. Came out. No, I haven't. While they were going round the sort, I've actually come back out in second. So that was great stuff. Absolutely fantastic. So even with my mistake, I was still far enough ahead of Greg Killer to keep my second place. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Didn't expect that when I saw my places drop while I was stationary in the pits, but just goes to show what savings there are by not having to race round La Source. Obviously, Greg Killer is a lot closer than he was before that. There's still a nice gap if I can keep my race clean. Wow, starting to get, oh, yeah, that's cold tyres. Oh no, I went wide into the corner and then too eager to get back on the track quickly. I ended up spinning it on the gravel. Oh dear, down to 6th. Oh, I don't know what's worse there. Some races it actually repositions your car on the track after an off like that, which takes its time. That time, facing the wall, I had to actually stick it into reverse to get back on the track. I don't know which took longer, but I'm down in 6th now after that. Terrible, terrible corner. Oh, getting too excited, John, in second place up there. Dizzy Heights. Oh, no. Oh, someone else has gone wide now there in that bottom section. So I've clawed a place back. Not a good lap. Not a good outlap on the cold tyres. I can only assume that despite the tyres not being real, as it were, it does simulate the temperature, where on the first lap on a new set of tyres the temperature isn't quite there, so you do end up having to treat those tyres a bit more carefully than I did. Again, it's a bit of inexperience showing through. Now a few guys popped into the pits there. Am I close enough to them to take advantage? No. So I remain in 5th place after that horrendous lap, and we're all equal with pit stops. Now we've all taken a pit stop at the front, although I don't believe the guy in first has yet to stop, and so he will come out in front of me no doubt as well, obviously with my mistake. So with all the pit stops done and dusted for the first pit stops, I'm running in 5th place, which it's not the best considering where I was a lap ago, but it's still a fairly decent race result so far. Position, as it is what is my second full race in a Group 1 car. I know I keep saying that, but the speeds of these cars really are quite different to what I've driven in the Group 3 and 4 cars in the daily battles. I do like this circuit. Obviously now I've done many laps here in practice and free practice and qualifying and previous race. So it's not the track that I don't know, it's just my inexperience with the car and presumable drop of concentration with the longer races. Now the fastest times I've seen, as we nearly go wide again there, fastest times I've seen around this track. Oh, no. Oh, he ran me right up the rear end there as I'm coming into the bus stop. Now he did get a penalty for that. Can't see what it is from back here, but it's certainly not going to be enough for me to catch him. PKFC, I think that was. Oh, sent me right off the track there. No hope of making the corner, and that's put me back into 6th again after climbing up a couple of places. Now he did actually apologise in the comments after the race, which is fair enough, but it still doesn't help my race at all. So 2 mess ups now there, one of them my own fault, an unforced error, going wide and spinning the tyres too much in the gravel, but the second one there, a disastrous mistake from PKFC, put me off the track at the bus stop and caused me to lose 2 places. So currently running in 6th on lap 9. We're over halfway. One more pit stop to make. The hard tyre, and as that is the slowest tyre, as long as these tyres hold out, I shall pit for those at the end of lap 17. At the end of lap 15, I beg your pardon, and just have the last lap on the slower tyre. See how that strategy works for me. Just hope I don't drop any lower than 6th. Of course, there's always a chance of making up places at the end of the race. If there are any races today that don't know or ignore the regulation about using all 3 sets of tyre, but I'm not racing for that outcome. I'll just take that if I get it at the end. Of course, I did lose out with it yesterday, so if I gain from it today, and I suppose that's just really a bit of just desserts. So lap 10, position 5, as that PKFC did pit for tyres, so that has put him behind me now, along with the penalty he got for pushing me off and his pit stop. So I'm up into 5th, and I stay in 5th as I get another fastest sector there. Now, without spoiling the other video I put together, the little short video clip I put together about my possible theoretical fastest lap, I can say that my fastest lap so far of 2:01.499 isn't it. So if I put together 3 good sectors at any point, I can theoretically go faster still. But obviously, looking up perfect sectors together consecutively in race conditions isn't always going to be easy. I'm just happy that despite my one personal error, I'm having a fairly decent race. My lap times are more consistent than yesterday. They are more quicker than the faster lap times than yesterday. So overall, so far, I think I've gained a little bit of experience. Oh my god, he came out of nowhere. What the hell have I got a 3-second penalty for there? I was on my own line, he came out of nowhere. Oh god, that's really annoyed me, that has. Minding my own business. Gotta calm down from even my commentating now. Okay, let's get on with the rest of the race. If anybody, can you explain that to me? Leave it in the comments below, please. As I now serve that 3-second penalty. For some reason, I hadn't even twigged that the footage has gone to in-car camera. Don't know why it's done that. I didn't even twig myself with that one. It could have been there a while. I hadn't even noticed. As this is just the race replay. I don't really have a choice in the cameras, I'm afraid, now. I only recorded it once. You guys can probably tell me in the comments below where it actually flicked to the first person camera. Too busy looking at the race to even notice. Maybe it was the pit stop. Anyway, hopefully we'll come across some cars soon, give you something to actually watch other than the track and my line, and obviously you do get to see my changes and gear changes in this race as well. Hopefully you enjoy seeing that bit extra. Oh, as I've gone into the gravel again. Oh, cost me some time. Not a place fortunately, but some time. I've even got a picture of the rear view top of the screen in this camera. I can't even see who's coming up behind me. But yeah, just find that little off again down at the bottom of the track. Still in 5th. Guy ahead of me is pitting, but very much doubt I'm close enough to make any use of that. No doubt we'll see as I round off the source, but I'm sure he's already on his way out now. On his soft tyres, yep, sure enough, he's still in front of me. That's okay. 5th place. We're on lap 12. So 4 more laps to go after this one. So I have made mistakes in this race. Not as severe as yesterday's. And not as often as yesterday's. I'm still getting some good sector times in, so I'm still enjoying it despite being a bit of a lonely race at the moment. See if I can keep some clean laps together while I'm on my own and actually catch anybody up. Head down once more towards Puon, the double apex left-hander. While I'm watching this, as you go, I've gone wide again into that gravel at the bottom of the track. Oh my dear. I don't know whether I'm pushing too hard, not concentrating, or whether these medium tyres haven't warmed up or I've ruined them. One thing's for certain, I keep going off down there. There's a few tracks. Oh. Thought about going to the pits then, changed my mind. Already lost me line through that corner. Half decided to make use of that and go into the pits, but then changed my mind at the last minute. So, lap 13. Now we have 4 laps to go. With a couple of laps I'll come in for me last tyre change. Hopefully keep it a bit more cleaner. Now, whoa, that's a straight, John. I shouldn't go off there. Come on. And despite going off onto the grass down that straight, I still managed to get a best sector. But I'm obviously wavering in my concentration. Or possibly I was actually trying to dry my hands on a towel while down that straight. That could have probably been it actually. Hands are very sweaty. Heart races. Even despite the fact that it's only an online race, the adrenaline is still kicks in. All we can do is try and forget about previous mistakes and learn from them. Yeah, I didn't even go anywhere near the edge of the track that time, so almost overcautious. But we are gaining on someone up in front, as you can see. Oh, very much so. He's got a penalty as well, and also I probably just hesitated a bit in chance of getting past him there, but he's got a penalty, so chance of getting past him down the Kemmel Straight. Let's see if he can. He's pulled out a bit of a gap already through those corners, but if I can close down and stay with him, and I may well get past him down the straight after Eau Rouge and Radion. So here we go. This is where the penalty will get served. Probably just too far back. You can see he's greyed out in case anyone was close to him. And whoa! Yes, closing speed there going into that corner. Really put me off. So, oh no. I've done it again. Gone off the barrier into the barriers at such an angle that I couldn't actually get back on the track cleanly. Oh dear, dear. Oh. So in all that I've lost another place. Yeah, the closing speed onto that corner with him having that penalty, that just threw me off my concentration and completely distracted me into that braking zone. No excuse. Something else I need to learn from. I should have backed off way before the corner. So I'm now back into 6th again. And hoping to finish the race off cleanly and try not to have any more incidents and not lose any more places. So coming up to the end of lap 14 now. Oh, it's very ragged through there that time. With a bus stop, and there we go. Yeah, so I've come in now for my final pit stop and tyre change. So hard tyres going on. That's going to give me 3 laps on these tyres. Whether the mediums didn't last, whether I'd ruined them, I don't know, but one way or another I was making too many mistakes. So I've dropped down to 8th after that pit stop. Well, quite close to 7th and 8th. 7th place has gone wide there, and he's got a penalty to serve down here as well. So can I make any more places up from 8th now with this and 2 more laps to go? I beg your pardon. This and the next lap to go. 2 laps to go. This one and 1 more. Just to be clarified, this is lap 15. At the end of this lap there'll be 1 more lap to go, and someone else has gone wide ahead of me, but it looks like he's kept his position. I did manage to get through to 7th there, which I missed. I think it was during the serving of that guy's penalty down the Kemmel Straight. Come on, John, hold it together. Lap and a half to go. Come on. Anybody who's been watching these races, either these longer Nation Cup ones or any of my daily battles, I'd love to hear your comments on what you're liking about the videos, anything you're not liking. I'd love to hear anything from you that you guys might find helpful to me. And there we go, crossing the line for the final lap. I've made my regulation pit stops. I've used the correct tyre compounds during the race. So as I close in on 6th place, oh, who's looking very wobbly through there. If I close in on 6, can I take another position in this final lap? Great if I could. After starting 3rd, making a few mistakes myself and also getting bashed off into the bus stop earlier. So I suppose 7th might seem fair. We'll keep going to the end of the lap. I won't throw any chances away. As I go wide again there. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to close down and gain another spot. The only good thing is if I keep it clean, there's nobody close behind me to take advantage of any of my mistakes. Oh, but I have caught up. Is there anything in this race at the end of it? Let's see. Final few corners now. Now, okay, oh, I'm really close now. Can I get past him on this straight? Can I get a toe down here? No. Oh, he went wide. Oh, a bit of excitement into the final corners of that race, but still in 7th. There we go. Crossing the line, 7th place. But immediately you can see I've been bumped up to 4th. There must have been some guys there with penalties like I had yesterday. Unfortunately, if you don't use the full set of compound tyres, you get a minute penalty added to your time. So I hope you enjoyed that race. Slightly different to yesterday, less mistakes, slightly faster times where I got clean laps, and a better finish in the end. Thanks for watching that race. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. There is a Nations Cup coming up in a few days time from Suzuka. If you want to see that or any of the other battles, daily battles that I race in, then please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.